What is the Community Ministry Grant, CMG? This is a program of the Center for Congregations which is intended to enable local congregations to develop and to sustain a new community ministry. At the end of the program, participating congregations will have implemented a new community ministry. When the Center for Congregations develops programs such as a Community Ministry Grant, we like to think about what we hope congregations in the program will experience. One of the hopes we have is that you will engage with your community in a holistic manner, not just addressing physical needs or spiritual needs, but using a holistic approach, mind, body, and spirit. We hope that congregations who participate will begin to see that there are assets beyond the walls of their own congregation. We also hope that participating congregations will develop additional relationships with people outside your own congregation. Perhaps you'll make a new friend. We hope that your work within your community will be a mutual experience, not for the community or to the community, but with the community. It will be a mutual relationship. And finally, we hope that you will experience both the frustrations and the joys of birthing a new community ministry. There will be 30 congregations selected to participate in the community ministry program. It is both an education and a grant program, and you'll hear more details about that in another segment. The CMG timeline is available on our website. You'll want to refer to it to see the time span of our CMG program. The program applications are due in April of 2016. Then in May, the selected congregations will be notified. There'll be an orientation gathering in June of 2016, and then the 3 learning events will take place in the fall of 2016 through the winter of 2017. Your grant application is due at the end of 2017, and you will work to implement your new community ministry throughout 2018 using the grant money you have received. So what is community ministry? Joy Shegstead, who has a book on community ministry, suggests that community ministry is any effort that your church or congregation makes to connect with people and institutions outside the 4 walls of your church or congregation. So community ministry involves relationship with those outside the walls of your congregation. It involves engagement. Again, not ministry to or ministry for, but rather ministry with. Another aspect of community ministry, as we're describing it in our community ministry grant program, is that the community ministry is a program and not a project. We intentionally use those 2 terms to differentiate between a project, which can mean a task, a one-time deal. So for example, a congregation offers a meal at Thanksgiving, or a food drive, or sends members of their congregations to go out in the community and rake leaves, or wash windows, or paint for those who would otherwise not get that work done. We're not undermining the value of those particular service projects, but we're saying that those experiences, those projects, as it were not what we intend for the community ministry grant. Instead, we're talking about a community ministry program. That is something which is ongoing and it is sustainable. So the community ministry grant is a long-term program of engagement in the community. The other thing we might note about community ministry is that it can be done within the neighborhood, geographic neighborhood. So for you, one of your communities might be the people who live in the alleys and streets that surround your building. On the other hand, your congregation may select as your community, not neighborhoods per se, but groups of people to whom you want to minister, such as a nearby prison or school or healthcare center. These are what we call a target community. Each congregation that is participating will be identifying their target community. So what do we mean by a new community ministry? We mean that it is something that you have never tried before, something that you may not even know what it is going to be until you participate in the CMG program. Or perhaps you have a slight seed of what that might be, but you have no idea how it will turn out. So participation in the Community Ministry Grant Program sponsored by the Center for Congregations means that your congregation will learn how to and implement a new community ministry.